right, so now we are going to be starting on our pillowcase. And we have our instructions here. It says roll it up. This was in your bags. And our first step is we're going to be cutting our fabric, okay? So you'll have a main fabric that was given to you, and then you'll also have a red fabric for your band. All right, so the first part we're going to cut is the base of the pillowcase, and it says from multicolor, so that's your main part of your pillowcase. You're going to cut a rectangle that is 26.5 inches by 41 inches. So the easiest way to do that is to fold your fabric in half, just like that. There should be a fold line. And we are going to, from the fold line, we'll unfold it later. So the width wise should be 41. So if we fold it, that means we have to divide that 41 inches by 2. And when we do that, we come up with 41 divided by 2 is 20 1/2. Okay, so you should be using your measuring tape for this and your chalk. And we are just gonna, from that fold, we're gonna mark 20 1/2. Okay, so 20 1/2. Just kind of all the way down, just every few inches, 20 1/2. Okay, the width part of that fabric. So remember, we have it on the fold. And then once we unfold it, it will be 41 total, which is what we want. So I'm just going down every several inches and I'm marking 20 1/2 on the width. Okay. Now I'm going to take my clear ruler and I'm just going to make a straight line on those marks that we just made. Okay, so now we have the width marked, and then we're going to mark the length. So the length is 26 1/2. So again, you're going to take your measuring tape, and from this top edge, you're going to mark 26 1/2 with your chalk. And just every few inches, 26 1/2 and 26 1/2. And then we are going to just connect those dotted lines. And make sure when you're connecting those dotted lines, the shorter edge of your ruler goes on that fold, and then you connect the lines, and then at the end you're going to have a nice square corner over here. Okay, so now this is our cutting line here, the 26 1/2, and the cutting line here, and you're going to take your shears and you're just going to cut on that line. And remember, the slower you cut, the more precise you will be. Right? Remember your sewing safety. Keep your hands away from the shears. So we've cut the lengthwise. Now we're going to go crosswise. Make sure you're using your fabric shears for this step. Okay, now we have the main part of our fabric cut, and then this longer part is going to be 41 inches and the shorter part is going to be 26 1/2. Okay, now we are ready to also cut out the band. And so again, we're going to fold that just like we folded our other fabric. Fold it and raw edges together. And you're going to be cutting, it says 10 by 41. So we know that 41, half of 41, because we folded this in half, is 20 and a half. So then the width of the band is going to be 20 and a half. So you're measuring 20 inches and 1/2. Every several inches. Okay. And then you're going to use your clear ruler and you're going to mark the width of this 10 inches. Okay, so you're going to have a little bit of extra. So I'm not just taking my chalk, and from this edge, I'm marking in 10 inches. So if you just mark it in a couple of spots, then you can come back with the ruler and then make sure you have a nice sharp square corner. So a square corner is a 90-degree angle, and that's what the corner of this ruler is. And then you're going to line up your marks, and you're going to make a nice straight line, and then make sure your square corner is on the fold also. Okay. And then over here, you're going to just connect the dots. Okay, so this is our main piece for the band. And again, I'm just cutting down my lines that I've made. And then I'm cutting across. So when you're cutting this out, make sure you're doing it on the table, on a table, or a on the floor, preferably not on a carpet, so a hard floor. All right, and then so our width is 10 inches. Sorry, our length is 10 inches, and then our width is 41. So that is how you cut out the pieces for your pillowcase.